I think I did the last couple of these. I think by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
you had to have. It's been 2 days.
A couple
Because
days.
I didn't do it Friday night. I didn't do it with you, and Saturday night I didn't do it
Saturday. Oh, I had my rehearsal yesterday up in Oakland.
with you. Right.
And oh yeah, and when I got home, I texted you because I think we had talked on
I
the
was
phone,
asleep. Yeah,
right?
we did. We did talk on the phone, and I fell asleep.
Yes, yes. Hey, this is Johnny Bean. Who,
Yo,
who else?
Dave Nesdog,
Hey, man.
what's going on?
It's 10:10. It just turned 10:10 exactly. 10:10 p.m.
10-10 wins.
Sunday night, August 28th, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 1:10 where you are.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, man. And this is my vlog. But in these cases, when Dave joins me, it's our vlog.
Yes.
You know. I don't know if I told you. Well, no, I didn't. I had said on the vlog last night. I was after VEDA ends. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to continue to do these every day,
Hmm.
like in the evening, just to recap my day. So like every day, I'll do a video like this, just recapping whatever I did.
Wow.
So I figure I'll do that. I won't call them Vedas. They'll still be called vlogs. Maybe I'll make up my own name for them, some sort of hashtag, something, you know.
I think you should call it Go vlog yourself. It's my Go vlog yourself vlog.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes. So anyway, we have a few people listening. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta open this up in another window if we get any. I think we have a chat box now. So I gotta, if anybody is actually talking to us, I have to open up the video in another window that I'm not signed in. Otherwise, I can't see if anybody's actually saying anything. I actually the Veda I did last night. I disabled the chat box, thinking it would send people to the comments like usual,
Right.
but it didn't. People ended up texting me. You know, my number I give out. People ended up texting saying, "Hey, the only way we can talk to you is this way." You know, I'm just like, oh,
So the comment section is gone. Is that the deal?
well, it's not gone, but during the live thing, it's disabled. I
Well,
gotta look
that's
into that.
horrible.
I know. I don't dig it. I don't dig it at all. I'll have to look into it. You know, because people really like the chat box
Yeah, the
or
thing
or
is,
whatever.
people are gonna, they're gonna lose interest because they're not gonna be able to talk to us. I think a lot of the reason why people actually like us is because they get to talk to us, and I think that's not fair if that box if that that comment section is gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can still talk to us with the chat box,
Right,
but the
but then we
reason.
don't have comments,
Well, okay,
and
okay. Well, we do have comments. I opened it up in another. Well, oh, yeah. Yeah. Usually when we do these things through Google Plus, which is going kaput in a few weeks or whatever it is, usually the comments come in as comments. You know, so I really dig having all those comments because they're there forever. You can actually see like what happened during the course of the broadcast, you know. Whereas the way it looks like we're going to the way we're going to have to do it now is we're going to have this chat box where people are talking to us while we're live, but once it's over, that vanishes, you know.
yeah,
Uh, so I mean, so far, I mean, since we've been on, Michael Smith, he's here. Hey, man, he says, "What's up?"
it's happening.
Joe Wentz, yo, dude. Good evening, gentlemen. Hope you guys are doing well. Doing good,
Yes.
man. Manny says, "Evening, everyone." See, so these things I'm reading, they're in the chat box.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching this live right now, as of 10/14, August 28th, 2016, you see these comments on the video. If you're watching this in the future, you don't see these comments. You can't see this stuff, and it looks like there's no comments unless somebody leaves them after the fact, right? So
Yeah.
the stuff I'm reading, there's no record of the stuff I'm reading for future things, and that's why I don't dig it. That's why I don't dig this. I mean, it's cool because people can talk to each other or whatever, but I liked it the way that we had it, where where my phone was beeping every second, because that way that
Yeah.
stuff was always there, you know.
Right.
That I liked, and maybe there's a way to still do that. I'll have to look into that. Although people seem to really like the chat box, so I guess. Anyway, Michael Smith, you were the one texting me last night. Yes, yeah, that's right. That's right. And yeah, Joe Wentz, he's talking to Michael Smith now. Yeah, they're talking to each other. Oh, Kenneth is in here. Hey, Kenneth. Hey, man. Yes. Yeah. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Oh, now Dave's gone. Whoops. Dave just left. Anyway, Dave will be back. There he is.
Yeah.
Although, turn your camera off, quick.
My camera is now off.
There you go. Okay. Might have to blur something there.
Whatever. It's just someone looking at my head. That's all. You can't see anything.
Hey, Adam. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Well, it's only 10:15 here. I think it's morning where Dave is. Yes. Anyway. Let's see. Oh, Dave's gone again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Can you
Oh,
hear
there
me?
you.
I
There
don't
you
know.
are.
It's something going on with my audio for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But it's back.
Okay, there you are.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Well, I figure maybe you want to talk about your day today.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a really good day. Some of you may or may not know Nick Haynes. Nick Haynes is an Eddie Van Halen and Van Halen lover, as we all are, and he's from the groups. He and his buddy Bill came to visit me today, and well, we went to my local guitar center where they played the Frankenstein replica, the official one, and they did a Facebook Live with that. And then they came back to my house and we played every one of my guitars and did more Facebook Live, of me pretty much doing a rig rundown of all my gear, all my guitars. And it was a good time. Nice guys, both of them really nice guys. I'd never met either one of them in person before, but I've spoken to Nick before, and Johnny Beane has met him. So,
yeah, we've met twice.
Yeah, so
he's been out here 2 times. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it was cool. It was a nice day. Really cool day. Nice guys. I'd have them back over again. Both very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They ate at the local Burger King. And funny thing, Nick was taking photos of the inside of the Burger King because in each booth they have photos of different actors and actresses from the 50s and 60s and stuff. And he's like, this is amazing.
Really?
Yeah, they have yeah. It's like a
That sounds like you're in Hollywood or something.
Yeah, almost. It's kind of like a Hollywood motif. Yeah, it was kind of cool. I've never been. I'm not gonna say I've never been in that place, but I think they remodeled it since I've been in there last. So I've never seen that either. And he says, yeah, the Burger King in Pennsylvania where he lives, it's just a regular old Burger King, like old style. I'm like, wow, okay, well, and I'm like, well, I'm getting out of here before they tell us we can't take these pictures. So So I waited outside for him. He was, he had a good time.
Uh huh. Hmm. So what? So no Whopperitos then?
No, no, I didn't have any of that stuff. I didn't eat there. I just met
I
them.
I'm still thinking about it, man.
I don't think you should. I really don't think you should.
Don't even think about it.
No, I really don't think you should. I think it's. I think if you're gonna eat anything from there, uh, try the hot dog, the the Whopper hot dog or whatever it's called,
It's just a hot dog,
a
right?
Whopper dog. I
Oh,
think it's a Whopper.
they have a hot dog with like the Whopper toppings,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, the last time I ate at Burger King, the last time. I mean, look at this. I'm gonna say. I mean, this sounds like. I mean, I haven't eaten there in years. I would say the last time I probably ate there was really like I don't know, 14, 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and before that, it was like 18 years ago. I don't know. But the only things I would get there if I were to eat there were to be the chicken sandwich.
Oh, I love the chicken sandwich there.
That was the only thing I would actually get from there.
Yeah,
You know,
the
it's like a
original.
long, but it was like a long sandwich,
Yeah, yeah, it still is.
or whatever.
Yeah, it's
That's what
on
we would,
like a hoagie, on a hoagie bread.
that's what we would get. And actually, years ago, I want to say like 2002, somewhere 2003. Uh, I remember they were giving away these Simpsons watches.
That's funny.
So my wife and I would go back there every so often to get the different watches,
Yeah.
right? And I had these things for years. But the problem with them is they were so painful to wear because because it was like a regular watch, but you could push the button and it'd be like Homer saying something or Bart saying something or Krusty laughing or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with those watches is the speaker for the sound was underneath the watch. So every time you put the watch on, the speaker like
They would vibrate.
well, no, it didn't vibrate. It would like they were just painful. It was like it would like stick right into your arm,
Oh,
right? So the watches were not they were painful to wear, you know.
yeah.
So I only wore them like for a very short time back in maybe 2002, 2003 somewhere. There's actually some photos I had of me in the studio and you can see me wearing these watches and that's what those are, those Simpson watches. But anyway, yeah, that was the last time I ate there. I really but I mean they come out with these things, and since I was talking the other night about TV shows that I watch, and I watch mostly stuff on YouTube, I watch a lot of food reviews for some reason. They're entertaining to me. And so I keep seeing people doing reviews of the Whopperito, and then maybe a month or so back of these things called the mac and Cheetos,
Ugh.
which are basically deep fried macaroni and cheese with the Cheetos
Crunch.
dusting, right? Did you see those there? Did you see the you probably
No,
saw
I
the
didn't. I believe me, I didn't. I wasn't at the counter. I didn't look.
uh Anyway, yeah, so Burger King, yeah, I'm thinking about it. But I know I would take one bite and I'd be like, ugh, their French fries are the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
They're just
You know what
awful.
what is good though? What they do have that's good. Their chicken nuggets are very good. They're all white meat.
Hmm. That's cool.
Yeah, they're very good.
That's cool. So yeah. So anyway, okay, so you guys went to Burger King. It was a cool Burger King. There was lots of cool photos
Mm-hmm.
on the walls, which is very interesting for out there, I guess. I mean, that sounds more like something in Hollywood to me, but
Yeah, yeah. It was like a Hollywood type.
yeah, because you go to Hollywood, and that's what it's like. You go into any restaurant, whatever there, and yeah, you see John Wayne photos, you see Marilyn Monroe, you see all that stuff,
Right.
you know. So that's kind of weird, but maybe that's how they are now. I mean, I haven't actually walked into a Burger King in years,
Right.
so I really don't know. But
So tomorrow when you're getting your Whopperito, you can let me know if your Burger King is the same.
yeah.
See a big picture of Steve McQueen or something.
Well, I might because they filmed that movie out here,
Hmm.
that Steve McQueen movie or whatever. But um, yeah, I probably won't do the Whopperito tomorrow. Although I am going up to Walnut Creek tomorrow, so I will say that right now. So there will be no video tomorrow. No, what do you call it? Whatever we do,
Oh no!
our Eddie Van Halen guitar chat videos. Yeah, I'll be
Man.
gone. I'll be gone tomorrow. So we can either do one Tuesday or wait till Wednesday or do one both days or I don't
Yeah, whatever.
know. Yeah, who cares?
I'll
Do you
figure
guys
something.
care? Does anybody care if we do those videos anymore?
I'll think of something.
I think Dave and I are happy talking about Burger King hot dogs. I think that's where it's at. What do you guys think?
What's your opinion? We'd like to know.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go from talking about stuff we totally know stuff about until to stuff we have no idea about. And just focus on that.
Yeah, I think
That's
that'd be
that.
fun. We
That's
can
the way to
totally
go.
we can totally just wing it, and if we
Chicken
give
wing it.
good if we give good information, that's great. If we give bad information, that's even better.
uh, yes. Oh, Michael Smith says some lower Manhattan restaurants have a lot of old time movie themes. Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Adam says local McDonald's has EVH style stripes on the walls. Yeah, we've been seeing that a lot. I've never seen that in person. Like I said, I haven't been in a I haven't last time I walked into a McDonald's was probably a couple of years ago. Well, longer than that actually, maybe 3 years ago. Um, but I know we've seen photos of McDonald's in different places, different states, and you see like these stripes on the
Hmm.
walls, and that's I wonder what's up with that. You know,
Good question.
have you've seen those photos, right?
I have.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just one place. It's like
No, there's a few different ones.
several different places. You see them,
Hmm.
and it's not. It's weird. It's. Hmm. Oh, Manny says he can tell us a lot about Burger King. Sadly. And Killer Chimp 12 says, I've heard that Eddie, oh, this has to do with Burger King. Uh, Eddie used a bass string on the low E string for the 5150 Kramer. Is that true?
No, that is not true.
No. No, that was a 1984 Kramer. He did that. And that was live for the song Good Enough on the 5150 tour.
Hmm. That is correct.
Yeah. Yes. Um, huh? Let me see. I'm reading some of
Right.
these comments. And see that's one of the downfalls of I mean the chat window, I mean it's cool, but I don't get alerted to them. Like usually my phone beeps and I look at it. Here, I don't get alerted to this stuff. Uh oh, Michael Smith says he enjoyed watching you play the Frankie guitar today.
Oh, thanks. I
So
appreciate it. I really wish I played better because
let's
the neck on that guitar is so wide. It was not easy to play that guitar. It just was not easy to play it. The action was great. I mean, I set the guitar up, but it's so wide that I could hardly get my hand around it. That's how wide that guitar is.
so let's talk about that then. So he's talking about at Guitar Center,
Yes.
right? So you actually set that guitar up?
Yeah. Yeah, I set it up when they first got that guitar. I went in to see it, and the action was high. It just really wasn't set up nicely, and I asked my buddy if I could, if he minded if I set it up for people to actually play it, and he was like, "No, go ahead." So I did, and now it plays great. I mean, the action's super low. The trem sits flush to the body. Everything is right about it. But it's just, it's really weird to play that guitar because the neck is so wide.
Mm-hmm.
It's lightweight too. It's definitely not Northern Ash. Those things, I think Fender used Swamp Ash when they made those guitars because it's a lighter wood. That guitar was super light, and Northern Ash is the wood that the original one is made out of, and it's heavy. It's about 9.5 pounds. And if you any replica that you make with Northern Ash is going to be a heavy guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it sounded great. The guitar really sounds great. It's nice and resonant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a local store to me. Well, sort of local. I mean, uh, that has one,
Mm-hmm.
and I did see it. I was up there. I was talking to this guy that works there, and I was unable to actually try it at that time. But I think next time I hop in there, maybe I can possibly try it out. I've never actually played one. I've never actually held one, you know,
Yeah, yeah, it's a cool
myself.
guitar. I really I suggest trying it. I think it's a great guitar. It's really weird though. So you might like it, John.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I would. I mean, it'd be really, really cool to try,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know. I mean, yeah, I've never actually played one. I've probably, I've probably seen a couple of them, but never actually got to hold one or try one or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I think you'd be very used to the tremolo arm though, because it sits just like the one on your Music Man. It's really really wobbly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's how I like all mine.
Yeah.
Um, Adam's asking which Guitar Center that was.
A Carl Place,
Okay,
New York, on Long Island.
okay, that's what he's Carl Place or
Comac.
Kamak. He's
Comac.
saying Comac.
It's Carl Place. Adam, you're another one, man. You live real close to me. You should come over. You should come over and play some guitars, man. Let me know. Message me and we'll get together. I won't take you to Burger King though. Sorry.
Oh, he has to take you to Burger King.
No, I won't eat there. We can go to a real great pizzeria down the block, but I won't go to Burger
Mm-hmm.
King. I mean, yeah, Adam, it's a no-brainer, man. You live on Long Island. Yeah, we should get together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He says I'd be way embarrassed. He says,
Why?
"What, to go to Burger King?"
No.
That I would be. That's one of the reasons why you don't see me in those places because I feel like, well, no, I'm not knocking anybody that eats in those places. Uh, for me, I mean, when I get fast food, which I mean, I really the only burger place I eat at is a place called In-N-Out Burger, but that's different. That's a total California thing.
And that makes it all right?
I get well, people come from all over the world to go to In-N-Out, because
Yeah.
they're not ever
Yeah,
they're not everywhere, and
no, they're not.
it's a very basic small menu. It's basically just all they serve is a burger and a burger and fries. That's it, right? It's a real well-known California place. People get off the plane at LAX in Los Angeles, they head straight to In-N-Out first thing. You know, it's true. It's
Mhm.
true. You know, because you can't get it anywhere else. Um, so that place, you know, yeah, you know, I'll get the food, and sometimes, you know, yeah, there's a few times I'll eat it there, you know, or most of the time I'll go in the car and eat it on the way home, you know, like sometimes when I talk to you on the phone, like, hey, I'm eating a burger, you know,
Yeah.
that's what that is, you know. But as far as eating inside like a McDonald's or a Burger King or a an Arby's or whatever, I really I really haven't done that since I was like, you know, uh 15 years old,
Really.
you know? Yeah. So,
Brandy's here and she's snoring in my ear. Snoring. Literally snoring in my ear.
mhm. uh hey,
Sit.
Michael Smith is saying the next time I am visiting family shore in New York,
Uh-huh.
South Shore, Long Beach, I would
Oh yeah,
be
Long Beach.
honored he'd be honored to meet you.
Yeah,
Michael
absolutely.
Smith.
Absolutely. Anytime, Michael. Yeah, I know Long Beach very well. So yeah, you're Long Beach is about 25 minutes from where I live.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Okay. And yeah, Adam is saying he'd be embarrassed to play guitar, is what he's saying.
Well,
Not to eat inside Burger King.
dude,
Uh,
Adam, man, everyone starts somewhere. I'm not gonna. I don't judge. You know, just come over. We can talk. We can talk. You can, you don't have to plug in if you don't want to. You can do whatever you want. But wouldn't it be cool to strum some cool guitars? Maybe take some photos with some. It's whatever you'd like, dude. If you want to come over, you're more than welcome to. I'm just, I'm just extending the olive branch.
yeah. Um, cool. So what else, man? So yeah, so you hung out at Guitar Center, checked out the
Yeah.
Frankenstein. If you guys want to see a video of that, actually, you can go to Nick Haynes' Facebook page, and there's a video of them at Guitar Center with that guitar jamming. And
Yeah.
Adam says, "Cool." He says, "Cool, thank you."
You're welcome.
David
Yeah.
Allen, yo, oh, huh? Oh, he saw that. David Allen Wright says, David Allen Wright just woke up. He says,
God bless you.
uh, it's like midnight or something.
Oh yeah,
I
they're an
s
hour behind us.
he says, I saw the video on Facebook of the Frankenstrat. He's asking if you bought that.
No, no. I'll make my own for cheap. I have my own. I'm not gonna spend that much money on any guitar. I don't care how cool it is. The only way I'll spend that much money on a guitar is if it was owned by Eddie Van Halen.
Hmm. Michael Smith says, I still own a house there and plan on retiring there.
Cool. I don't know why anyone would want to retire to New York, but okay. You know, most people want to get out of New York and retire somewhere to relax. New York is really not a relaxing state. I love it here, but to retire in New York, I don't know. That's a good question.
Hmm. Hmm. Hey, good night, Adam. He says he's going to sleep.
Take care, bud.
Michael Smith says, thank you for the invite. So cool. And so,
Yeah.
are you from New York then?
Me? Yeah.
I mean, you're
Oh,
like you're like a true
yeah. I
New
was born
Yorker
and raised
dude.
born born and raised in the town I live in now, and I grew up in the house right across from the one I live in now.
Hmm. So the whole
I know that's
scene.
that's really weird. That's really weird to you. I know.
Oh yeah, because I've moved so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, to be in one place, I can't imagine being in the one place my whole life.
Hmm.
All
Well, I wasn't here my whole life.
all 28 years. Uh-huh.
I wasn't here my whole life. I lived in Ocean City, Maryland, for 2 years. Uh, I lived um I lived on the South Shore, kind of near where Michael Smith's family is, in Belmore.
Hmm.
Um, so I lived there for about 7 years when I was dating my ex-wife. We moved in together, so I was with her in a house for 7 years,
Hmm.
and then I moved back sort of home, but not really because my mom doesn't live here. She lives across the street.
Hmm.
So it's kind of almost like uh, Everybody Loves Raymond kind of deal. But my mom is not the crazy mom from that TV show.
I've never seen that show, so
Oh,
I really don't know
you
what
gotta,
I don't
you
know what you're
really,
talking about.
you need to watch that show. That's just funny, funny show. It really is. It's out of hand how funny that show is.
I've seen it. I've seen episodes here and there when we go on vacation and the TV's on or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, so wait, so when you lived in the house across the street when you were a kid, the house
Yeah,
that you're in now, did you guys own that house?
yeah, yeah.
So you always
My
had.
grandparents.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, my grandparents rented it out. It was a different house than this, though. It was a three-family house, and that house burnt to the ground in 2007. On Memorial Day of 2007, I was working at Guitar Center in Comac, um, and I got a phone call from someone saying, "Dave, you need to get home. Your house is burning to the ground." And I was like, "You're full of s. There's no way." And they were like, "Yeah, you need to get home. It's for real. Your house is burning." And the fire department was there, and they were already pulling my guitars out of the house. Most of the firemen I went to school with, so they all knew me from high school,
Hmm.
and they all knew I played guitar. So they were pulling my instruments and amplifiers out of the house as my house was burning. And when I got there, they let me up my driveway, and I said, "Did you get my animals out? I have two cats." At the time I only had just two cats. I didn't have the dog yet. And I said, "They're hiding. I know exactly where they're hiding. You'll never find them. I got to go in and get them." And the fire department actually let me in my burning house with a fireman next to me to like make sure I was safe to get my cats. And they were in my bedroom in the linen closet where they always slept at night. They slept on the linens, on the towels.
Hmm.
And I got both the cats out, and then I said, I said I got to go back in. I have a safe with handguns with guns in it. That's got to come out. And at that point, one of the only cops in Glen Cove that I didn't know was on the scene. And once we pulled the guns out, he tried to arrest me, put handcuffs on me and everything. I'm like, "What are you doing?" "Well, you have guns." I'm like, "I have a permit in my wallet. You should check that out before you put handcuffs on me and try to arrest me for a gun, guns at my burning house." Oh, it was a mess. It was a big mess. And then you know, after he saw my license, he took the handcuffs off, and the chief of police, he apologized to me. It was pretty crazy.
Hmm.
The guy wanted to arrest me. I'm like, "Dude, do you think I would tell you I had illegal guns in the house? If they weren't legal, do you think I'd say, 'Oh, we got to go in and save my guns'? I'd let them burn up." It was unbelievable. It was like You know, the minute the safe came out with the guns in it, he put handcuffs on me. It was crazy.
Oh man.
Like I'm like, what are you putting handcuffs on me for? Well, you have guns. Yeah, so they're legal, and I'm a permit holder. And not only that, but they weren't loaded, and they were in a safe, in a locked safe.
Well, and they were in a fire, so they're too hot for you to grab and use.
Yeah,
It's like, come on.
yeah, crazy. It was surreal. I'm like, my house is burning down, and you want to arrest me for a gun? That's
Wow.
insane.
Hey, Pete.
That I have a permit for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, crazy. Anyway, so yeah,
Wow.
that's that. And then my house got rebuilt, and that's what I'm living in now.
Mm-hmm. So is it a different house then? I mean, like the rooms are different and everything?
Yeah, yeah, everything is different. Yeah, yeah. It's a newer style house. It's a two-family house instead of a three-family house. Uh, and I rent the upstairs. The upstairs looks exactly the way the downstairs looks, except it's upstairs, and it's two separate doors. You
Oh,
can't get
wow.
into the upstairs. You can't get into the upstairs from my apartment, from my part of the house. So it's another door to get into the upstairs, and I rent that out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. It's a cool place.
Cool, man. Um, let's see. Hey, I just had dinner, so I got to put something away real quick.
Yeah.
But go ahead and talk about what'd you guys do after you were at Guitar Center? No, I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the funny thing. While we were at Guitar Center, I'm a little aggravated at Guitar Center. Now, this is a place where I worked for almost 10 years of my life, and I was a manager there. And they were closing the shop, and one of the guitar guys there was so incredibly rude. Like he didn't know I used to work there. He didn't know I was a boss or anything, but he comes into the high end room and says, "Hey, we're closing. Stop jamming." And I was absolutely floored by that because when I worked there, you didn't say anything to the customers. You stayed open until the last customer left. And that guy didn't know whether if I was buying that $12,000 guitar or not. You don't treat a customer like that. It was just I was floored. I was absolutely beside myself that this guy, and it wasn't even like, hey guys, we're pretty much closing. Is there anything I can get you? Because we're about to close. That's the way I would have done it if I was working there, and you want to let someone know that you're closing up shop. Hey, is there anything I can get you guys before we close? Because we're about to shut the doors.
Mm-hmm.
Not we're closing now. Stop jamming. It was ridiculous. And I do know the store manager there, so I am gonna talk to him about that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's gonna get his rear end reamed out. So
Man,
yeah, it was just very rude, very rude.
not nice at all.
No, no,
Talk about how the customer is always wrong.
right,
the customer, the customer is at Guitar Center. The customer is always jamming.
that's right, that's right.
What were you guys playing? Enter Sandman for like 10 minutes or something?
No, not at all. No, it was during that video. I told you before this started that we were doing Mean Streets, and Bill, Nick's friend. I told you he's really a fantastic singer, really good singer.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was really shocked. I was like, wow, you sing really well, because he plays guitar good too, but he's like really a singer. So he was like, just for the hell of it, let's, why don't you play Mean Streets and I'll sing a couple verses, and we could put it on a Facebook Live. I'm like, okay, I have no problem with that. And it was sounding pretty good, actually. It was really good. And during that, the guy, comes in screaming and like rude. We're closing the store now. Stop jamming. I'm like, what? So, but I was nice. I was super nice. I said, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Here. Yeah. And then he left the room. I said, don't you want to take your guitar back and put it, and lock it into its place? Oh, yeah. I'm like, you're a retard, dude. You're not going to be, you're not long for this place. So, yeah. So we left.
Mm-hmm.
And his boss will know about it tomorrow.
So when you left, did you go back to Burger King?
No. Why would I go back to Burger King? Is that a joke?
Wait, how long were you guys jamming?
Where? At Guitar Center or at my house?
Guitar Center.
About probably an hour, for between 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So then from there, you guys
went back to my house.
Went to your house. Did you drive?
Yes, I did. They left their car at my house, and I said, "Listen, you guys drove, you guys just drove it all day, so I'll drive." And they were like, "Yeah, okay, cool."
Mm-hmm.
I had no problem with that.
Mm-hmm. And then you guys continued the party at your place?
Yeah. Yep. Hookers and blow all over the place.
Oh. Hey, Stefan. Michael Smith says, oh, hey, Stefan says, hey. Michael Smith is saying that's called customer service, David. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's becoming a lost art, my friend.
It was more like customer cervix today.
It's more like customers get out.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no such thing as customer service these days. Literally, if that happened on my watch, if I was his boss, I would have written him up right there and I would have suspended him.
Can you do that?
I could have. Yeah. Yeah, that's grounds for suspension. Treating customers that way, absolutely.
So when you were there, were you the guy? Were you the guy sitting there watching the monitors?
No, there were no monitors. I didn't have monitors in my.
Were you like back in an office, like?
No, I was on the floor mostly. I was one of those bosses that I think I might have told you this. I led by example. I didn't lead from a chair. I didn't sit in the captain's chair and say, "You guys do this, do this, do this." I led, I led by example, and people followed me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were times where I sat in the chair and said, "I'm tired today. Can you guys handle this for me?" And they would do it because most of the time, I was the first guy to do something, and they were like, "Wow, he's let's help him. Let's help him. Let's not let the boss do this." But that's how you get you guys to trust you and to work for you, showing them that you're not afraid to work. Mm-hmm. So and that's just not the way it is these days.
What do you think about this? One of the local guitar centers that I go to, here's what I've seen, and tell me if this is how it actually is, or if there's something wrong with this or whatever. One of the GCs that I go to, you go back to the restrooms.
Yeah.
Right. The guy's restroom is like a bathroom, regular bathroom, whatever.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The women's I was going to say Westroom. The women's restroom at this guitar center, the door was always open.
Mm-hmm.
You could see in the bathroom, and you saw that's where they would stock guitar stands.
Wow.
So the bathroom is almost filled with guitar stands for sale.
That's insane.
Right? I took a picture. I took a photo of it one time. It must be on my page, somewhere whenever this was. But I remember thinking just how weird that was. Like they used the women's restroom as a stock room, basically.
You must have a very small guitar center.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That one's it's not the smallest one ever, but it's pretty small. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen here on the East Coast.
Hmm.
At least not in New York. You know, nothing like that would ever happen. Both restrooms would be fully closed, and they would be perfectly clean. Um, we used to clean them like when I worked there. The restrooms would be cleaned either once an hour or once every 2 hours. They would just be mopped, mopped
Ah,
and spotless like every 2 hours.
oh, that I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Out here, no way. Out here, it's like, oh, somebody puked in there. Oh, and it's been there, for like 6 hours, kind of.
No, 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 no. Yeah, that was, that was the thing. We had,
You actually
basically,
had people puking in there every hour.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I can imagine in New York. Yeah, probably anything goes.
Um, well, I would imagine, anything is possible. But yeah, and in the both stores that I worked in, the bathrooms were spotless, always spotless.
Hmm.
And but basically both stores were spotless. I mean, they got dirty because they got, people, you people buy things, and displays get, messed up, and you have to redo displays. And yeah,
Hmm.
the floor, on a Saturday, the cool thing is we'd have Saturday meetings every morning. Saturday morning there was a meeting, and at the end of the meeting, we would throw, those red Guitar Center guitar picks that you see there, right?
Hmm.
Well, we would
Hmm.
throw them all over the floor because during the day, everyone says, "Can I borrow a guitar pick? You have a guitar pick? You have a guitar pick?" But what we would do is we would like plaster the floors with all those, so
Uh-huh.
people would never ask us for guitar picks because they'd all have to do is pick one up from the floor.
Uh-huh.
So and at the end of the night, we would clean them all up and put them back in a jar. It's fine, but we had a big tub of guitar picks always. But and
Hmm.
that would happen on Saturdays, and like, whatever the busiest day of the week was, we would have a chart, uh, showing what the busiest day of the week or of the month was, because of the year before.
Hmm.
Everything,
Hmm.
everything is there's like a database for everything. So depending on how busy it was supposed to be that day, we would throw, picks out, or we, if it wasn't a very busy day, we just put some picks on those risers that the amplifiers were on, so just so that no one would have to ask us for picks, you know.
Hmm.
And kids used to, collect them all the time. So on a Saturday, when their mommies and daddies would drop them off for us to babysit, at least they had something to do. They'd pick up guitar picks, and they, we it was kind of the same kids every weekend. That's like that was a thing for them to do. So some of them were actually really nice, and we'd have the kids clean up while we were selling stuff. So funny.
Hmm.
It was pretty cool. Here, play. You could play this guitar, but clean this area up for us. And we'll let you play this guitar. And they were like, okay, that's great, thank you. So
Here's a broom. Play this as a guitar. You want to play guitar? Play a broom first. That's what I did.
oh,
I think we all did.
yeah,
Um, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, I have my own picks that say, JohnnyBean.com. So every guitar center I go into, I leave them. I leave a trail of picks everywhere I go.
yeah, me too. I did the same thing. I
You
always
know,
did.
like
Everyone knew.
on an amp.
Yep.
I don't leave them in the guitars, like in the strings. I don't do that. I mean, that's. I think that's rude to do that. I leave them either on an amp somewhere or I put it under a price tag, because those laminated tags. If that's
Yeah.
covering an amp, I'll put it under there, stuff for people to find. So a lot of times I'll just leave them different places, whatever. Um, I guess people find them, and I do hear
Yeah.
about it. I'll get an email
Hmm.
or I'll get a like on my Facebook guitarist Johnny Beane page saying, "Hey, I found your pick at Guitar Center. Yeah, you're awesome." I'll hear something like that or whatever. But that's funny how you said you guys would toss the picks just on the floor.
Yeah. 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 That's what we would do. Just take handfuls of them and just toss them everywhere so that kids would be able to pick them up and play.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. See, now I feel like actually hitting up Guitar Center tomorrow.
So go ahead, do it.
Maybe I will, Millhouse.
No,
Maybe,
Mortimer. Maybe I will, Mortimer.
maybe I will. Yeah, the
Yeah.
one, the one where well, I'll just say it. I mean, who cares? Yeah, the one in Concord. That's the one where the bathroom is just filled with guitar stands. I mean, it's crazy. It's like it's not even really a bathroom for anybody. It's just like a stock room. Um, and that's a pretty small GC. I mean, it's not the smallest I've ever seen. There's one in Modesto, which is the smallest I've ever seen. It's tiny. You can literally walk in there and walk the entire store within like a minute and a half
So it's like a satellite, right?
or something.
It's not a real store. It's just a satellite store.
Oh, it's tiny. I can't believe it. But the one in San Jose is actually, I mean, it's not huge, but it's one of the bigger ones in the area.
Right.
The San Jose one, and that's the one I hit up a lot of times when I'm on my way back down here to Santa Cruz. From the east from Walnut Creek, I'll stop off Stevens Creek Boulevard, and a lot of times I'll hit up the Barnes and Noble, and I'll hit up the Guitar Center. Um, you know,
Yes.
and
Yes. Yes.
sometimes pose with the guitar. Like, see my avatar right now. You see me talking.
Yeah.
That was taken at the Guitar Center in San Jose, and that's me holding the Star guitar, posing with it at the Guitar Center.
Right. Cool.
That's what that is. I don't actually own that guitar. I wish I did, but Anyway, it's probably still there. Maybe tomorrow I'll do a new pose with it since I'm beardless now.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? I think Brandy's having a nightmare because she's shaking. She's snoring and shaking.
Mm-hmm.
And she won't wake up. I'm trying to wake
Yeah,
her up.
I mean, I don't know if that's always a nightmare. I think maybe she's dreaming that she's running sometimes. Running or playing or chasing something. I don't think it's always a nightmare. I don't know what they would have nightmares about. Because Howie does that too, but why would he have nightmares? I don't.
I don't know.
I think it's more like he's imagining he's like moving around a bunch. You'll see their paws, move up and down, and
Yeah, yeah, she's doing it right now.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh, Joe Wentz says, "Do you have a pig too?"
No, that was her. She just did
Oh,
that. She
that was.
snorted.
Oh, we actually have two pigs next door. I see
Really?
them. I see them. Yeah,
Potbellies?
yeah, yeah. There's two pigs right across the way there. When I leave and I'm driving, I see them at the fence. Um, Joanne says at the Guitar Center here in South Carolina, they put the picks on top of the amps.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes you just find them. You just randomly find them, and that's what I do with my picks as well. I'll go and I'll place them. Although I feel like I'm committing a crime when I leave a pick. Is it legal for me to leave a pick at a Guitar Center?
It's not illegal.
Is it like I'm there's nothing wrong with that?
No.
Okay, because I know there's cameras, so I'm always very like stealth. Like I'll act like I'm sneezing, like oh, or I'll act like I'm like doing something, you know.
You need to.
All right, maybe tomorrow I'll walk
You need to
into
relax.
I'll walk into the GC tomorrow and I'll just start throwing my picks all over the floor, I think.
Yeah, you can.
I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll do that. And then of course, an hour later they'll just vacuum them up.
No, I
Um
guarantee it'll be gone though. I guarantee you someone will pick it up.
Pete. Pete says, "What guitar center in New York has a Kramer EVH striped guitar?"
That's New York City, and it's the one that was at the Hollywood Rock Walk.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It is definitely one of the 1986 backup 5150 guitars, 5150 tour guitars.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've got a video here on my channel. Maybe I'll actually link it. Maybe I'll put a link once this is done. I'll put a link right here to my video when I filmed it back in 2009, was it?
Yeah. Yeah. Probably.
Um,
It's been no. You know what? It might have been earlier than that because I think by 2009 it was already in Manhattan.
mhm. Or 2010. It was right after that. It was right after I saw it. Somewhat. It was moved.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah, I
moved.
think it was 2009. It was moved to New York.
It was a little after. A little while afterwards, it was moved. And it's been there. I don't think it was just in New York though. I think it made its way. I think maybe it was in Chicago at some point too. Possibly. I think
I
maybe.
really don't know. I
I
know
think
I know that its final resting place it's gonna stay in New York City.
really.
Yeah, because they have a museum now. The Guitar Center Museum is the New York City store, so that's where it's staying.
Hmm. Awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, Manny says you guys are lucky. They never have any picks at his guitar center.
Well, it's Manny. One thing you need to remember is you remember when you used to go to school and you'd show up without a pencil or a pen would show up without a pen and your teacher would write you up for not being prepared. Well, being a guitar player, dude, you got to have some picks in your pocket always because you need to be prepared to play at any time. So from now on, keep a couple guitar picks in your pocket. You won't have to worry about Guitar Center's picks.
Are
Or
those pi-
or when you go to Guitar Center, complain to them. Hey, there's no picks out here.
are those picks free if they leave them
Yeah,
places?
yeah,
If you play with it, you can actually just take off with it.
sure.
Hmm. I don't think I need to buy picks anymore.
Yeah, but I'm sure that they're not the size they use. They're not the
No,
thickness.
they're you find them. They're all thin. They all have a big T on them. They're thins. They're super thin.
Well, not the ones in my stores. They were. I would say they're probably 1.0 millimeter.
The ones you gave away.
Yeah, yeah. They were red and they said Guitar Center on them. They still have them, and I think they're 1.0s. Yeah.
Oh man. Nah, the guitar centers where I go, man, out here, man. Their free picks are the thin ones that are useless. It's like you're playing with a piece of paper.
Wow, it's not good.
Manny says, very true, Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So when I leave the house to go anywhere, I make sure I have a 3 millimeter Floyd Rose Allen key on me, and I have a bunch of guitar picks. And usually, I even carry a capo
Really?
in my pocket. Yeah,
Where
a,
oh.
a shoved capo. So yeah, because you never know. You just never know when you're gonna play or when you're gonna go to a guitar store, or if you're going to a buddy's house and someone wants you to play a song that's in the using. I always carry a capo with me. You never
You
know.
never know. You never know when you're gonna have to play some bluegrass.
Well, you don't just use capos for bluegrass, pal.
You don't use them in metal.
Um,
In
no.
metal, you want to go lower, not higher.
Well,
Just imagine using a capo on some like 8-string Steve Vai guitar tuned to drop
Steve I never had an 8 string guitar.
drop Z. You know what I'm saying though.
I know. I'm just making life rough on
You ever seen Steve Vai use a capo? You ever seen any of those metal guys use a capo?
So Eddie Van Halen used a capo
Huh? On which song?
on the little guitars.
When?
2007.
Really?
Yep, he had a Frankenstein for that. He was using a regular Frankenstein before he had his mini Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He used a Frankenstein with a capo on it at the I
No
think
way.
on the fourth fret or fifth fret, one of those. But yeah, that's how he played it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, because for that tour, he had those mini Frankies.
Yeah.
Must have been after that. Wow, that's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just recently, just the past couple days, I saw a photo of Warren DeMartini backstage at the standing next to the Eddie's guitar boat, where he
Yeah.
had like 4 or 5 Frankies, and then the number 2 black
Mm-hmm.
Wolfgang, the prototype number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool because I'd never seen the number 2. I've only seen the number 4 one.
Hmm.
And I actually think that was 2008 because in 2007, I went both 2007 and 2008. In 2007, Eddie was using a Sunburst Wolfgang, Sunburst quilt top, and then in 2008 he was using the number 4 black one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what guitars he used when I saw them in 2007. I couldn't tell you what he used. I can't remember. And actually, he played most of the show with his back to the audience.
Really?
I remember. Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder why.
So I really can't remember what he even used. Although I remember thinking it was super cool because the cell phone I had at the time, I recorded some audio on my phone. It was the first time I ever recorded audio at a concert. Even though the audio was horrible, it was nothing but it was loud, distorted. You could kind of hear Eddie playing, some guitar, and I remember thinking that was really cool.
Wow. I just can't believe that his back was turned, most of the time. That's mind-boggling.
Most of the show, yeah, I remember
I wonder
that.
why.
No, he was jamming out,
Hmm.
Joe Wentz says Lowell at Johnny, capo on an 8-string Steve Vai guitar. David Allen Wright says, "Lowell, bluegrass man. I got to bust out all my bluegrass instruments on Hang On, dude. Yeah, man. Let us know when you want to jump in.
Yep.
When you have your center set up with your mic and all that stuff. Yeah, let's do a hangout anytime except tomorrow. I'll be gone. But
Gonsville.
yeah, on a weekend though, man, like a Sunday, maybe next Sunday. I don't know. Let me know though, man. It'd be great, man.
Yep.
Man, Guitar Center chat.
Oh, no more.
I mean, I remember when I was a when I well I wasn't a kid. I mean, I was younger.
When you was a little children. You remember when you was a little children?
I remember when I first started hanging out at Guitar Center. You know, 20 something years ago. And when I got my Ernie Ball Music Man, you know, when I first started walking into a Guitar Center in Berkeley, you walk in, there was the whole main wall, actually, right in the center was all Eddie Van Halen Music Mans, every color.
Mm.
I was like, wow. It was the place, man.
That's very cool.
It was the place, and also there was this girl that worked there, and this would have been when they were on tour for Right Here, Right Now. Okay, I remember they knew that I liked Van Halen, right? So I remember talking to her. I bought a pedal. She worked in accessories. I bought, you know, that octave pedal I have, the Boss
Yeah.
octave.
OC2.
That exact pedal I bought from her back in '93. And imagine it, I still use it. Wow.
Yeah.
Um, I remember when their concert was coming up. It would have been at Shoreline in '93. I was going to the show, of course, but I remember her telling me that she might be able to get backstage. So she's like, "Hey, if you want me to get you something signed, give it to me, and I can get it signed for you." And I was like, "Oh, I can't believe this," you know. So I think I gave her like some sort of photo or something, you know. But unfortunately, I remember like the next time I saw her, she's like, "Oh, I couldn't get it signed," you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it was too bad, but anyway, but as far as, you know, Guitar Center, that was still back in the days when Guitar Center was still it was a cool place to hang out. Everybody there knew exactly what they were talking about. Uh, you know, I mean, I got nothing, but there was no everything was just cool. I mean, it was a cool experience hanging out at that Guitar Center, and that was probably the only time it was actually like a cool experience for me. You
Right.
know, everybody who worked there was really nice. They knew what they were talking about. Uh, I could bring my guitar in and say, "Hey, this is wrong," and the guy working there would grab it, put it on the bench, and he would fix it for me right there. The guy, you know,
Yeah.
right in the front. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't
Times
know.
have
I
changed.
mean, yeah, and that was if anybody listening to this, if you're in the area, if you remember, it was the Guitar Center in Berkeley, California, on Adeline Street. It's not there anymore. It moved many years ago. Um, but anyway, the Guitar Center on Adeline and the cross street would be roughly Ashby. The Guitar Center in Berkeley, California, Adeline and Ashby, back around the 1992, 1993 era, was super happening and very cool. Everybody who worked there was very cool. I could go in there and it was a great experience. You know, that was the only time Guitar Center was ever super great to me. Everything after that was, you know, it's like you walk in there and you have to either know what you're talking about, or you have to act, or you have to act like you know what you're talking about. You know,
Yeah,
because
sure.
the guy that works there will be like, he'll be acting like you don't know anything. You know, like I walk in there now, I pick up an EVH guitar, and the guy will come up to me and he'll be like telling me everything. Like he knows everything. He'll grab it from me, he'll plug it in, he'll start shredding on it in front of me. Like, okay, cool. You know, why am I looking at this? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hmm.
That's how it is nowadays. It's not. Uh,
It's unfortunate.
yeah. Although once in a while, you know, you'll get somebody who's very cool and they're not trying to show you, you know, show off or whatever. That's the problem. I mean, that's one of the problems is you walk into some of these music stores and these guys, it's like you want to try something out, right? And so they'll be like, okay, let me tune it for you. They'll tune it up and they'll start shredding and they'll start doing their thing for like 10 minutes.
Hmm.
Literally. I'm not kidding either. And then they'll hand the guitar back to you, you know? And by that time, you're just so bored, you know? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I
I mean,
know.
I don't know if that's part of the technique of selling a guitar to show how great it is if you play it for like 10 minutes. I don't know.
Uh, part that's not how it used to be. The way we used to do it is, you put the guitar in the customer's hands and let him own it. Allow him to own it. He's
Hmm.
owning. If you're playing it, it's how you perceive it. If I'm playing a guitar that I want to sell you, it can be intimidating to you if you're not as good a player. But if I just hand you the guitar and leave you be, you're going to be more susceptible to buy it because it's at that point you know you're playing it, and I've left you alone.
Yeah.
There's no confrontation.
Yeah. 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 Michael Smith says, have either of you played the Star guitar?
Yes, I own
Yep.
one.
Dave has one. I played it at NAMM. I played one that Eddie actually approved. If you go back on my channel here to NAMM last year, look at me playing that Star guitar, look at the video with it, and you'll see Eddie actually wrote on the back of it, back of the headstock. It's a great guitar. I love the neck. Very, very, very cool.
Cool.
Very cool. Michael Smith also says, I'm trying to read this. Half the time they're telling me stuff about the guitar that they think I don't know, and they are totally wrong. Yeah, I get that all the time, and I used to play dumb at Guitar Center. Now, not anymore. I walk into the Guitar Center now, and I tell them exactly what's wrong with what they're telling me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you get to a point where it's like, okay, you know, it's been fun, but you know,
Yep. I know.
so you walk in any music store, and it's like, uh, yeah. When somebody tries to give me some sort of BS story, I'm like, no, 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 dude, that's not true. You know, you're embarrassing. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But, you know, that's how it is. Okay. All right. So, hey, I think we're going to wrap it up. I think,
Okay.
yeah, it's pretty late.
Yeah. Yeah. It's time to go.
it's, it's time to get out of here. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for listening. And if you dig this stuff, give it a thumbs up. It helps other people discover this stuff. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We do these things every day,
Yeah.
every other day,
Very often. Hmm.
very often. Yes, you know. So hey, thank you everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. Probably late tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So, all right. Good night. Good night, Joe Wentz.
Night.
Keep rocking, everybody. Johnny Beane, johnnybeane.com, facebook.com/guitarist, Johnny Beane. All right. Great talking to you, Dave.
Same here, brother.
All right. See you guys.
Later.